Eating a low-carb, budget-friendly, time-friendly meal can be really, really simple. And today, we wanted to show you a real food option that you can cook up in probably about 20 minutes at your house. Hi, I'm Shelly.
I'm Rich.
Welcome to Air to Ground Farms. Hey, let's get cooking. What do you got?
Well, have you ever come in after a busy day and just thrown together a Hamburger Helper?
Yeah, I think I have.
Yeah.
I had to think, I had to go to the way back. Time machine, but yes.
Along those same lines, we're gonna throw together just a quick one skillet hamburger-based meal with the exception of this one's actually good for you.
Oh, Hamburger Helper is good for you?
No.
No, no, that stuff's nasty. Y'all, don't eat that stuff. Okay, what are we gonna start with today?
So what we've got is a ground beef from Air to Ground Farms. It's a grass-fed ground beef and a bag of cauliflower from Walmart and some cheese. That's the basis of the whole meal. We're gonna throw that together in a skillet and cook it up.
Yeah, fry it up. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is get our ground beef going into some butter. We need 2 tablespoons of butter here. I'm gonna get this going and then you can chop up that onion.
Okay,
because
perfect.
if I chop up the onion, my makeup's gonna cry. Well, it's true. All right, 2 tablespoons of grass-fed butter. We use Kerrygold. Use whatever butter that you can find.
We use our own butter most of the time. We just happen to have this.
Well, that's true. Okay, and another thing that we wanted to do is we're cooking here on an induction hot plate with our cast iron skillet. And the reason that we're doing this is to just show that, you know, really you just need one cooking surface and a pan and a few ingredients to make yourself a really healthy meal.
A shout out to all of our camper dwellers.
What? Woo, woo.
We lived in our RV for almost a year and a half while we were building this house and our farm. And we got to where we just cooked all of our meals on this particular induction plate and a single skillet, and off we went. So a shout out to you guys. This one's for you.
Okay, so medium heat and start. You can you're gonna hear it kind of whir a little bit. That's just the music that it makes. Okay, here we go with our butter. We're gonna melt the butter. I'm gonna need a little thingy. I forgot that.
The induction plate is really good for a camper because it doesn't make a whole lot of heat. It uses magnets inside and it heats up the skillet itself instead of heating up everything else around it. It was really nice in the summertime in the camper.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, like the fact that it's just not making extra heat that you don't really want. Oh, thanks. Waste not, want not, and whatnot. Okay. Wow, look how fast that gets hot, y'all. That is crazy. I wonder if I need to turn it down just a little bit. Nah, it's on 275. I think it's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let me ditch this. Look, these induction cookers are really cool because they do get hot pretty much instantaneously. And this cast iron skillet, mine's, it gets hot too.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna get this open and then you can cut up that.
Hey, we've got some really exciting news we wanted to share with you.
We are officially launching a Patreon, and we are so excited to invite you to join us over there.
We've been looking for a way to share more of our life with you without having to fuss with the YouTube algorithm and editing, and Patreon is going to be an awesome way for us to do that. We're going to be able to show you behind the scenes look at the farm, recipes in the kitchen, and some live Q&As even.
And this is just one more way that you can be a part of what we're doing here at Air to Ground Farms and support us, whether you live in California or New Jersey or Australia and Canada. If you want to be a part of the movement that we have going on here, we just invite you to join us, come alongside us, and support what we're doing.
If this interests you at all, I'll leave a link for our Patreon in the description of this video. Click on it and come join us.
We'll see you over there. Boy, you can smell the butter like already getting happy. Okay, the reason that we're cooking inside today, guys, out and not outside farming, it's currently about 15 degrees. It's February the 20th, and we have been in the middle of Arctic weather here in Southwest Missouri.
And we woke up to -4 degrees with a feels like -14, so it's warmed all the way up to 15 today.
That said, the animals are happy. They're taking it like champs, really. I turned it down just a little bit. It was getting a little too hot for my liking. Still on medium heat.
For me, dicing an onion, I like to split it in half. I leave the end on where the roots were, and I get rid of the dried part. And then I cut it into wedges, basically, without cutting through this end piece. So you cut those wedges, and then you just slice down through it, and that gives you a diced onion. And it holds it all together here at this root ball, basically, so you don't have to chase it around and fight it. Just like that.
Beautiful. Getting your hamburger nice and browned and seared is what's really going to bring out that delicious beefiness. Spread it out. You don't want to crowd the pan too much because you want it to get browned all around. And you're browning it, not steaming it. So while I'm working on this, would you go over some of the macros and stuff? Because we eat a higher fat, protein rich, low carb diet. What do we got on this one?
What we're looking at on this is nearly perfect ketogenic macros. You're going to have about 60% from fat, about 30% protein, and about 10% carbs. So not perfectly keto, but really, really close, certainly well within the range of a low carb ketogenic diet. You could adjust those numbers slightly by things like you could leave out the onion, which is giving you some carbs, or you could add more butter, which would just give you more fat.
Mm-hmm. And be sure whenever you're done browning this, we're going to take it out, but we're not going to drain our meat. We want all of the fat from the butter and from the beef to be a part of the dish.
Right.
The days of draining ground beef, stop. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is just take the ground beef out of the pan for just a few minutes. Oh no, it's jumping out of the pan, y'all. And then we're going to brown our onion and add the garlic and spices.
Well, really lets you know how lean that ground beef is.
Yeah, sure does.
Probably gonna have to add some.
We may add some more butter to this, y'all, just to keep our fats up.
We'll keep the onion from sticking.
All right. I'm all about more butter. Woo!
It's terrible. We added more butter.
Oh, that's good. Hey, my new motto.
Yeah.
You want to know what it is?
I can't imagine.
Whatever the government dietary guidelines say to do the opposite. Yep, that's my new motto.
It's probably a good motto.
I think if we do that,
yeah,
we'll live a long time.
All true.
All right, so we're just gonna saute these until they get nice and tender.
Start grating the cheese as your onions are finishing up.
It calls for 1 cup of, you can use cheddar, pepper jack. Honestly, you could use whatever kind of cheese you want. Maybe a Gouda, something like that. Something that's gonna melt really nice and be creamy. What do you have?
We took a motorcycle trip to the Cabot Creamery, the factory where they make Cabot cheese. And we like Cabot, so yeah. I'm using Cabot. And watch this little trick, guys. Leave this thing laying down and grate it right into the cheese grater. Stop racking your knuckles on it. Standing up.
I was 52 years old when I saw it.
And It catches the cheese as you grate it, just right here into the grater.
Yeah, and you can do more. It doesn't pile up on you as much.
Nope. Look how hard this is.
Yeah, look, you haven't hit your knuckles once on the
Nope.
top of that thing.
I have not.
Who knew?
Yeah, that's probably a cup.
Okay. All right, I am ready for some garlic. So.
Okay. We like the garlic. We're using minced, and I'm going to put a half a tablespoon of garlic in. Something that's really important when you're switching over to real food and getting the ultra processed foods out of your life is don't be afraid of spices. You've got to use the spices to make it taste good. Otherwise, you or your family are not going to want it. You're going to give up on it. So don't be afraid to throw some spices to it. If it's too much, just add a little bit less next time. But man, you got to get the spices in it.
You know what the challenge really is? Go from having a ultra processed kitchen to an ingredient kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
So our kids say that we have an ingredient kitchen.
Yeah.
Because, well, what do you have to eat? Well, probably nothing right offhand. You're probably gonna have to put some of those ingredients together and make some food. But it's real food.
Yeah.
Okay, now we go, it's ready.
For the cauliflower?
Yeah, I probably got to talking.
No.
Okay, so you're gonna put your cauliflower straight into the pan with all of your other things, and we're gonna add our spices.
Gonna use a teaspoon of salt. There you go.
Thank you.
A teaspoon of smoked paprika, which is our own, fresh from the garden.
Thank you.
Actually, not fresh, smoked.
We grew it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then a half a teaspoon of
Oh, there's the smell.
black pepper. Yeah, that smoked pepper really adds so much.
Okay.
Okay. And then
Now-
just for me, I need you to add some more salt.
Okay.
That wasn't enough.
Yeah.
There we go.
All right.
That's better for us.
Okay. Another part of eating a real food diet is you're not going to get the amount of sodium that you're used to in your ultra processed that you get in ultra processed foods. Okay. Let's put the lid on it for about 4 to 5 minutes and get this stuff cooked. So ultra processed foods come loaded with a lot of sodium amongst other things, preservatives and whatnots. So whenever you're cooking real food, it hasn't been pre-salted for you. And there's a couple of things. Salt is not bad for us. Salt is actually required by our bodies to function properly. Get low in sodium, go to the hospital, the first thing they're gonna do is give you an IV bag and it's got saline, yeah, it's got some in it, right? Potassium, sodium, and all that. And so, point being, make sure you add ample amounts of salt to your real food when you're cooking it so that you can keep your body functioning properly. Okay, the goal on this part is to get them to fork tender. So let's take a peek and give it, hand me one of those forks right there, please. Thank you. See if it's fork tender. Yeah. They started out frozen and, well, now they're not.
Cool.
Awesome.
So now we'll leave the lid off for just a couple of minutes and let any steam release so that what you don't want is mushy, soggy cauliflower. So we'll let it release some of that steam and crisp up a little bit.
I'm actually going to cut some of these bigger ones into some smaller pieces to more mimic what you were talking about.
Oh, good.
With your old Hamburger Helper.
Those look good. Time to put the beef back in.
Okay. Let's do that. I'll dump this over here and you can stir it up.
Okay. We're just going to stir this together, let it incorporate, let it sit here on the heat for 3 to 4 minutes. And As soon as we feel like it's all happy, then we will add the cheese on top, put a lid on it, and turn off the heat.
Hey there, real quick. Are you interested in the topics of food, freedom, and farming? Well, we might have the channel just for you.
For the past year and a half, we have recorded the Duster Mud podcast, and recently we gave it its own YouTube channel, the Duster Mud Podcast YouTube channel.
So make sure to go and check it out. The link is in the description below, and we look forward to seeing you over there. While he's stirring that, it's making me think we've made many variations of this type of meal. You could add cream cheese. There are things that you can do to this to go like cream and mushroom soup style, but don't use that stuff. Make your own if you want to, and really get it a little bit creamier. But for this, we were trying to keep the ingredients low, the cost down, and be really flavorful. And I think we're gonna nail it.
Yeah. Let's let this meld for just a minute before we
get happy.
Get happy. All right, I'm happy with that. I think it's comes together really nicely. Add the cheese on top.
A lot of people complain about having to cook food themselves and would rather, throw a DiGiorno in the oven that's going to take, 25 minutes at least to cook and get ready, or go through the drive-thru and pick up Chick-fil-A. We enjoy cooking. We like to cook together. It is an activity that we can do together that's going to give us food, and we're spending time together rather than sitting in a takeout line or, to go picking up stuff in the drive-through or whatever. This gives us an opportunity to experience real life, real food, cooking our meal together. And we've always, pretty much always, liked to cook food together. And he likes to cook, I like to cook, and we encourage you guys at home, cook. Hang out together, get a glass of wine if that's what you want to do, and sit and talk about your day while you spend the 25 minutes that it takes to make a nice meal, and then sit down and visit with one another. And we just really encourage you to bond over food, and if you are home alone, this is a really great way to have several meals prepped, because you're not going to eat all of that at once. That's 4 nights worth of meals for me if I was by myself. So real food cooked at home can save you money, for sure your money, your time, and your waistline.
Yeah. So this whole thing, you're looking at somewhere between $10 to $12, $13, something like that.
Right. That is budget friendly.
Yeah.
And that is grass-fed beef, high dollar cheese at the grocery store. It's not like high dollar cheese, but it's not, it's good cheese and it's good ingredients.
Yeah.
And it still isn't going to break the bank, not like eating out and door dashing or whatever people do these days.
Right. Okay, let's open and see what we've got. I think that looks really nice.
It looks beautiful. All right, let's just have a little bit.
I'm in.
Okay. Now, I saw the kind of peppers you used.
Yeah.
And it might be a little spicy.
You think?
Yeah, I do. Want to know why I think that?
Why?
Because it made me sneeze a minute ago.
Well,
Well, no. I don't want much. Yeah, about maybe that. Okay. Just a little taste. We'll save it for later.
Okay, me too.
Yum.
All right, I'm gonna grab the camera and get a close up.
Okay.
Oh, that looks real nice. That's good.
So on a cold winter day when it's 15 degrees outside, something that's steaming and warm and hearty with plenty of protein and plenty of spice to make you really satisfied is perfect. That's really good. It really is.
Yeah.
But I'm always judgy.
That is good. What you judging
Always
this time?
judging. That was plenty of butter. But I think an alternative that you could do is use some bacon grease.
Yep.
And that would really elevate the profile, and you could add as much as you want.
Yeah.
And I think that if I had some bacon grease, I would add that several more tablespoons and really get my fats up higher.
Yeah.
And make it even creamier.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
You?
Yeah, absolutely. I was curious if it was going to be enough salt, but I think it is.
No.
I think that's nice. And then
No, the salt was good.
Yeah.
That's a good amount
yeah,
for me.
I'm in.
Well, this is really good, guys.
It is.
Hey, what is your favorite go-to budget low-carb meal that you like making that's like super time-friendly too? Because you know we are all about keep it simple and keep it time-friendly.
Yeah, exactly. Tell us, leave us a comment and let us know what your favorite is.
Thanks for hanging out with us again today, and until next time, bye y'all.
Bye, y'all.